morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. And today is Tuesday. Good old Tuesday morning, February 28th, 2023. And the time is 4:04 a.m. Boy, I'm looking at my screen right now, and it looks very out of focus. Don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can clean the something. Let's see here. Okay, the lens might be a little dusty. Let me just wipe it off real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it just seems very blurred right now. But anyways, how you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. Yes, I awakened some time ago, and I have a lot on my mind. I was just watching videos also. Um, I want to talk about different things and just different things that are happening around me, things that are being experienced. And I'm wondering whether you out there are experiencing similar things. I mean, it's just bizarre. Yes, I want to talk about my pets. I want to talk about money with regard to Andrew Tate, this YouTuber who's in being held captive in Europe. The pandemic, all these things. I think they all are tied in, and it's to rob you joy, take your energy, and I think the system out there is desperate. They're desperate. Yeah, I also want to talk about these energies that attack you uh, in your sleep. These what they call succubus type, incubus type entities, dark energies. Yeah, there was a video on that a moment ago. But I think they're all tied in. Yeah, definitely there are bad spirits around, and try to free ourselves from this. Yeah, I think up front that the powers that are out there are um, trying to discourage you, but the power is yours. I said up front, the power and strength is yours, and in fact, you feed them. They don't need you. I mean, we don't need them, but they need us. So the power really is us. And we are not to forget that. Don't forget your power. We are powerful beings. So, with all that said, let me go with my just things that I want to share with you, and really, finding out, hey, is things like this happening to you? Does this make sense to you? Now, I have three little dogs, many of you know, and back in the day before the pandemic, past 3 years, pretty simple to make an appointment for your little pooch. And why is it now, I live in New York City, why is it now seem to be so difficult making an appointment for your pooch? So like now this is February, the end of February. Now I called for my dogs to get a doctor's appointment in January. Yeah, things are more expensive, and so and plus I don't want to take the subway over to my usual vet. So I said, hey, let me go to the place that I originally went to and make an appointment. So I got the number, called, and a recording. So I left my information, and they said that they'll get in contact to you within 3 days. Well, that came and went, so call again. Same recording. So I think I hung up. And then I think I called again the third time, And I said, man, I said, maybe this is just a warning. Don't go over there. Yeah, I had stopped going over there, uh, even though I'm not going to give the name of the facility, but it's relatively inexpensive, and I think it's a full service veterinary center, hospital, but it has a bad energy. I just didn't like it. And it's near the water, and so you freeze to death when you go over there. They have no heating. Yeah, I like going to the doctors, for my babies. Uh, first first thing in the year, in January, just to set up the pace, get what needs to be done up front. So they never called back, you know. So it's okay. Maybe it's just an omen. Try another place. So I said, boy, which other place should I do? I didn't want to use this other place that in Brooklyn. I live in Manhattan. I didn't want to try my Brooklyn location that I've been going to um, pre pandemic. Yeah, because it would require me to take the subway, and there's a lot of crazies on the subways, and I get anxious. And to transport 3 dogs, I just didn't want to go there. So I called another place. I think it was last week I called them. Yeah, they're right near me. And I got a person on the phone, and they asked me, you know, I told them, yes, I've used their facility before for at least one of my dogs, and I want to make an appointment for all three. I have three. So they got the names of the other dogs, and they said, oh, what's the name of your vet? Um, so I gave them the name. Now I've never was asked the name of my prior vet, and especially if you have an account with the facility you're calling. They were just whatever what needs to be done. You have to bring your papers anyway. So I told her. So we'll have to call up your vet, and I guess to go over your records, whatever, or to have them send the records. Yeah, I think it's a network. It is a network, I believe. When you go to a facility, just like a regular human doctors, that they have to get your records, whatever. Well, some of them are in a network, and I think they're able to share different information. But surprisingly, any medical information, and I would imagine even for your pets, you need to fill out paperwork, right? Well, that wasn't done. So I thought that was odd. Sorry, Mike. Share. Yeah, so I was surprised at that. But yeah, she said that we'll have to do, get a quote, get a quote done, and we'll email it to you. So I said, well, I really don't like the email. Just call me. Call me with the information. Well, that call never happened, and they did say, if we forget to call you back, call us. So I did that yesterday, and I told them that I had called them uh, over the weekend, and I was just following up on it. So I guess they don't have that record in that call in their system. So basically, I gave them the same information, and again they asked me, "What's the name of your prior vet?" Oh yeah, this was the doctor. That's right. Yeah, I called up yesterday, gave them the information, and then the doctor was to call me directly. That's right, and they did. They called up in the afternoon, and when the doctor asked me, the vet asked me the name of your the place, the veterinarian place you used to go to. I gave him the name. He says, "Oh, I think they closed." Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just saw. I saw my vet. It was just before when I remember, folks, I was to move last year. Yeah, I made an appointment in September for my dogs, and then I was to leave in October, but it fell through. Yeah, so they said the doctor said, yeah, because I have an office in Brooklyn also. She said, and I think that they're closed. Oh my goodness. Ah, yeah, I went to the one in Brooklyn because they do non-anesthesia dentistry. Yeah, so because yeah, dogs and it's a big procedure. When you do regular dentistry, that they put the dog under and then do what they have to do in their mouth to clean their teeth. Yeah, I get their teeth done twice a year. Yeah, little dogs are prone to a lot of you know tooth decay. So I've been doing this for 13 years. I had my eldest dog for 13 years. But yeah, I do this religiously. At least I can do that. Yeah, it's hard to get in their mouth, so I just go have it professionally done. Um, wow. Yeah, I have to. Um, I hope that's not the case. I mean, that's awful. I would think that they would send a notice. But this is something. If they did close, and I would imagine it's a small community. Yeah, there are a lot of small communities within the medical field. I learned that, like, I have a relative who's a OBGYN, and I asked her some advice about something. To ask her about a particular, I told her about a particular doctor, um, just to get her opinion about something. Um, so my relative asked, "Oh, what's the name of the doctor?" And then she added, it's a small, she says that she knew her and that it's a small field. We all know each other. So that's the OBGYN. So just imagine with vets, boy, I would imagine there's a even smaller community within the vet community. Um, yeah, the doctor was very problematic, that OBGYN that I went to. But so I'm just reasoning, hey, I mean, she has a location, she said, near the place that I went to. So what's going on, people? Is this the residues of the pandemic extending even into the veterinarian um, community? Yeah, people can afford. People have their pets, and you have to be able to afford to bring your pooch to the doctors. Yeah, I really like this place in Brooklyn because it did the non-anesthesia. When they don't use, put the dog under, and they're able to get in there. If the dog is a good candidate. So yeah, so um, yeah, because I used to go. I know I'm going a little bit back and forth, but on my doggy journey, yeah, I brought them to different places according to what was going on at the time. I had the initial doctor. When you get a pet, you want to make sure the pet is healthy, and if you find out then the dog's not healthy, you send the dog back to where you got the dog and get your money back. So I did that, and then you had the doctor who's going to be your main doctor, long term. Yeah, I wanted a bigger facility and something cheaper, so I got this nonprofit uh, vet clinic, and the work is inexpensive, but it's a long waiting list, and it's no frills, and it just started getting me depressed. And when they did something to my dog, and I got very upset, and that's what really did it. I was tolerating the physical place, but I thought they were getting too. I didn't like how they treated my pet. I'm very sensitive. So I said, maybe it's just time to go to another place. Sometimes you got to pay more money to get better service. That's what my reasoning was. So yeah, I found another place, and that place was in Brooklyn, and they did what I discovered, the non anesthesia dentistry. Oh yeah, I remember else. Yeah, the first major place I went to. Yeah, because I would go every year, and he said you can't just keep coming here every year to get your dogs clean. It's not good for them. Blah 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 blah. And they get in my case. I said, wow, how do you get your dogs clean? Your dog's teeth clean. So I investigated other alternatives, and I found out about this non-anesthesia, and that was in Brooklyn. That's what happened. Yeah, so I went to Brooklyn, and I was going there for several years, and then they started messing around with my money, and they kept covering up. Oh, we'll call you, we'll call you, and the anger that was raging in me, I said, I'm not going to go to these doctors. So I found another place, also in Brooklyn. I don't know why they're not here in Manhattan. So I found this other place. I was going to them for a couple of years. And then this pandemic happened. So, but what's going on? Um, why is it getting difficult in getting doggy services? Get your pooch the medical care. Yeah, the nonprofit vet, they're not calling back. I guess they bombarded. It wasn't like this, people. I started going to them, my dog is 13 now. So it might have been like 12 and a half years when I used to go there. And the other places, yeah, things are spilling. See, when something happens, it's just not isolated. What happens as a result of pandemics, it spreads everywhere. So I could just speculate that people losing their jobs, they can't afford to bring the pooch, and if you can't go, the vet doesn't get paid. No business for the vets. So possible that's what's happened. I hope they didn't close down the one in Brooklyn, that does the non-anesthetic dentistry. But again, this new doctor that I spoke to yesterday, she got a place in Brooklyn and Manhattan where I live. And it's a small community. Oh my God. I hope that's not what's happening. Yeah, so either way, um, why is it now seem to be very it's just weird. It's getting a weird feeling about this place, this new place that's just up the road from me. Yeah, it's expensive. The location is expensive. Yeah, Brooklyn is less expensive. The rent is less. Here in the city, the center of the city is expensive. Real estate is really high here. So yeah, I gotta find a place to get my dog's teeth done. Yeah, I gotta stay on it. Um, so I have to call them back today and find out what this. After this live stream, I'll check information to see if they closed or not. Oh God, I hope not. I hope not. Yeah. So I thought that was odd. You trying to make appointments with doctors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that's what's going on. Um, the private places people really can't afford, and so they're going to the nonprofit one that I used to go to, but they bombarded. That no one ever called me back, and I don't think they're going to call back. Um, And things are getting automated also. It's like they don't want to deal with people anymore. They just want everything automated. Yeah. So that one-on-one contact is decreasing more and more. Oh well, yeah. So the other thing I want to talk about the money. Yeah, I was watching a video also yesterday. That guy Andrew Tate. Yeah, yeah, they're still discussing him. Not as much as January. Yeah, I learned about it for the first time in January of this year, 2023. He's held without bond for certain allegations, but they can't prove the allegations. And there were four arrests, and two of them, the men, the two brothers, the Tate brothers, and then these two women. Well, they let the women go last week under house arrest, but the guys, they remained in. Now they work. I mean, everything was being done together. So why are you gonna treat one different than the other? Yeah, they have a vendetta against the Tate brothers. I know they're very, very controversial, very controversial. I don't agree with everything about their conduct with regard to women in general. Um, but I feel sometimes things are done. I mean, not to excuse, but people are playing other people. People are doing things because it ruffles your feathers, and they're looking for attention. The more attention, the more views, the more money. And if you really don't like what someone's saying, don't watch them, and their numbers would drop, the dollars would drop, and they want to be in the game, so they'll probably modify their behaviors, and so that they could get more. um, but sometimes he comes up with this wisdom that I thought was very, very, I mean, very, very strong insight on how the world works. And he was talking about in a video, an older video, because he's not doing videos now because where he is, he and his brother. But he mentioned, he talked about money again. And, excuse me, um, it might seem petty, but, sometimes how you word things is important. He says that people often say, I want to make money. And this is problematic for him. He says, you don't make money. He says, money you take. And then he went on to explain. And I just thought it was very, very insightful about the concept of money. He says, you don't make money, unless you're the Federal Reserve. Now, they could literally make money, but you're not here to make money. He says, money you take. Money is something that you either, that it's something that you obtain, and it's a form of energy. And I just thought it was very interesting. Yeah, it's like eating. Eating food is energy, and we take it. And he went on and on. I don't remember the details, but just the concept of that money. And you see how we act because of this money. He says, your job is not to make money, but to take money. And it's a giving and a taking. But I'm saying, what is this money really? I mean, another person I've heard over the internet that money is energy, money is currency, and that is a flow. That's also a thing he said that it flows, and he studied the flow of money. Like, yeah, I'm going back to Tate again. Yeah, it's just coming to my memory. He said that how he started making money, he started noticing that money has a path and a currency, and it's all about the taking, not the making, but the taking. And so he positioned himself to be able to take it. That's right. That's what he said that. And so he learned that, he learned that men like to watch women, excuse me, or talk to women. And then there was an exchange. So he started that business, that can, camcorder business, having his women. Again, I don't approve of that type of behavior, but he he saw that there were women that would go in front of a camera and do things for the customers. So he knew of some women from his past. Some of them said yes, and others said no. But the ones that said yes, so he set up his cameras, and that how do you say, he like intercepted, because he said the women didn't really know what to do at certain points. So he intercepted, and so he um, handled the keyboards. He would write what he knew what men liked to hear, and not the women, because the women just didn't know what to say. So he intercepted, and the money started flowing, and so he intercepted, so he got a share of the money and the women. Now again, I don't favor that type of means of making money, but um, it's just I'm just sharing this as an example of his. He understood it. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing, but he understood. He started to learn how money worked, or how to obtain it. Again, he said about money is about the taking, not the making. And you have to position yourself in between those 2 points. The person giving the money, and then it has a currency, a flow. He said, make sure you get into that flow, and then you start taking. Wow. It I mean, it on the surface, it may upset people. Truth could be very upsetting, but I respect the truth about certain matters. You have to respect the principles behind um, an event. Yeah, many of us are doing, and we're not receiving. We're not taking. And yes, we've all said, hey, I want to make money. We could never make money, so you got to intercept it. Wow. So it's something. My thoughts about money. Well, I when I heard the video, Tate's video yesterday, it had me thinking. I thought it was brilliant. Brilliancy, in my opinion, doesn't have to be complicated. Brilliancy could be something very simple. Um, but it had me thinking yesterday about money and currency. Um, yeah, people are freaking out. I notice now that when I'm watching videos, I watch tons and tons and tons of videos every day. I go outside with my dogs, come back, get something to eat, then I just start watching videos or movies. But I'm thinking, it just something is at like the cusp of something. It's just something is like just out of reach. Something is unnatural happening on this planet. I briefly talked about it before, but it, hearing Tate talk about money it's just really, um, I felt like something, like a further awakening. There is an awakening happening, I think, within me. It's a rough process, boy. Um, what is going on now? The more I watch videos, I notice now more commercial. I get commercials of the kazoo. Commercials while I'm watching videos. And it's all the same theme. You get a man or a woman, and they talk about, oh, you want to make 10 grand a month? Oh, just watch my video. Oh, we have a free video for you to watch. And we have a case study for you to watch, blah, 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 blah. And some of them I did watch, I pressed the button and made it go like on a different window because I didn't want it to, I wasn't sure whether if I pressed to share, that button to watch uh, their spiel, I didn't want to lose what I was watching. So yes, I made it pop up on another window on my monitor so I can watch it, and I can always click off if it's But I notice I've watched maybe three of them, three different people, and they're all basically the same thing. Basically, how they come across, what they say is, how much money you can make. You can make a lot of money every month. You don't even have to even speak English well. Uh, just, you follow what we tell you to do, and you'll be making all this money. And we have a free video for you to watch. Well, it ain't free, people, the information. Yeah. So what they're promising you, okay. So when you do click on it, then you get to watch another video, a commercial of theirs, the full depth, and it could go. Oh, one video lasted 2 hours, and yes, it did go fast. It was a fast 2 hours, boy. And you have to pay. Like they might have the longer the video that you watch, um, then they say at the end, oh well, we'll do all the work for you. You become a partner with us, and you pay for the partnership. And we'll do all the rest. Actually, you don't have to do one thing. One of them is this thing that you create an ebook. Yeah, yeah. I think two of them were making ebooks, and you don't even have to know how to write. They get like ghost writers. They have people do the thumbnails, so you pay them from $2,000 to $4,000, and then you have to pay another 1,000 because you have to put up a commercial. Yeah, in essence, what it seems like to me, it's like a pyramid scheme. In essence, you pay them X amount of money to get your feet in it, and then you just try to duplicate that, having them pay for a course. And in essence, once you learn how to do it, then you could do the same. You get clients, and you just repeat the formula. Hey, you want to make a lot of money every year, every month? oh, just click on this video. We have a free class, free webinar, and then when you watch the webinar, oh yeah, you want to work with us? Hey, you just give us $2,000 to $4,000. Here you go. Now, why would someone? Now, no one cannot guarantee that anyone would even want to watch read your ebook. Just like you can't guarantee someone would watch your videos, which is free. How could they guarantee anything like that? But I mention this because, see, people are getting desperate. People are desperate to make money, and I cannot stop watching a video without every few seconds, it seems, of these same type of commercials. And I think when you click on one out of curiosity, you get on like a mailing list, and they sell. I mean, I'm speculating that they sell your contact to another person, and it just trickles down on and on and on and on. We're desperate, and these are desperate times of people doing these things. People are desperate in taking money, not the making money. But even though they say you want to make X numbers of dollars, but actually it's yeah, I agree with that. Taking the money because you're trying to intercept the flow of money from one hand to another, and you're just hoping that it gets in your hand. Sorry. Yeah, this is really something. So, what else now? Uh, yeah, desperate times. People are in a frenzy, and I notice also that yeah, with this pandemic from the past 3 years, from 2020 to now 2023, people are staying indoors and they're working from the computer, and they're thinking of ways to make money. Yeah, I saw someone over the weekend actually, and they said they work from home. I said, wow. I should have asked them what their business was, what their at-home business was. But people, what do you call it? They call them digital nomads. That's a new term. Yeah, I've been hearing that now for 1 year. Digital nomad. Yeah, so this pandemic forced people out of the office to stay at home. But why is that? Well, I think they want to keep you home permanently. That's what I see. That they want to. They're creating a new system, and they plan. I feel that they planned this all along to make you afraid to go outside, to work in an office around people because of the pandemic. Because that's one thing with people. People are afraid of diseases and germs and all that, right? But was there any more germs from today or yesterday? Isn't it not really the same? But fear, the fear isn't the same. The fear is more intense, and so they fright. So I feel that they're frightening people on purpose because they don't want them in the office unless or up to a season. They want you at home, and now they thinking of schemes how to make money. That's where this hey, get 10 grand, 20 grand a day. I mean a month. No, and really people. Yeah, I was curious. I said let me at least hear at least once what this spiel is. But if I may, it not people are desperate for work. Now, if you were making 10 grand a month, would you want to tell your neighbors how you do it? Wouldn't that um, increase competition? And then again, it'd be another rat race. So you have the playing field, I don't know, those buildings and stuff, the office buildings from the past versus the uh, stay-at-home buildings, that domain, it's all the same, it's just a different location. So, why do I think that this is all by design? Well, I was watching a video today. Truth is something that floats to the top. See, it's not, the truth is something that's fluffy, that's readily, but lies are something that's very dense in spirit, it's solid, and it just plops down. Truth is something that breathes, it's real. And so, yes, someone shared a video about these government agencies. And the news outlets are now sharing that, hey, was this actually dispersed by such and such, the WHO? Yeah, it's come out. But here for these past 3 years, and when you shared it, the information early, like in 2020, 2021, when I tried to share the documentation, this video that medical doctors shared, I think it's called Doctors Without Borders, or something like that. American Doctors Without Borders, something like that. And I shared it on my social media, and it was pulled, and then I was put on a timeout. I was blocked. I was prevented to put up any videos, any content, and no money. So now they're coming out that this thing was actually true. See, we all know the truth. The truth was put out there. But again, they're preventing you from knowing this information. Yeah, these are desperate times. And which reminds me of another YouTuber. I think her channel is called The Healthy American, Peggy Hall. Yeah, very good YouTuber. I very rarely mention names of other YouTubers, but she's working her buns off. She's a private individual. She has a Christian ministry with her husband, who's a pastor, and she's not a lawyer, but she knows about the law, and she teaches classes. She gives classes on your rights. And she sued the county, Orange County in California, regarding this pandemic and what's considered an emergency or not, and your rights as a U.S. citizen. And she's being held back, like when you. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, anything like that, but to what I understood was, like, when a state of emergency is declared, there's a starting point and then there's an ending point of that emergency. But they aren't following the rules. That in a nutshell, they're not following their protocols. And so she is suing the county for not following protocols and is holding they're not, by them not following the rules, it's hurting the public. So she actually put a lawsuit out there, and they keep postponing her court hearing and making excuses, and she finally said she doesn't have any money left. Yeah, yeah, this is what's happening. That when you do try to stand up for your beliefs, what the court can do is make an excuse and keep on changing the date. And this is not free. When you sue, it costs money to sue. And they know eventually. See, this is the how they fight their warfare. When they know that they're wrong, when the system knows that they're wrong, what they can do is make you go broke. So okay, you want to sue me? Well, we're going to just keep changing the date and doing X, Y, and Z, and that's what happened. She says, I don't have any more money, but she's going to continue the fight, and more power to her. More power to her. I don't live in Orange County. I don't even live in California. But you have dishonest people living all over. It's very corrupt. And here I live in New York City, very, very corrupt. It was just about a week ago. Yeah, I called up an agency here in New York City regarding the dogs in Central Park. They allow, now they do have areas in Central Park. It's in Manhattan. It's a big, big park. And it's a beautiful park, and they allow dogs off leash in certain areas. And some areas are off limits to dogs off leash. And several incidences had happened to me, and I'm petrified. I'm petrified of these power dogs. I respect them, and they're quite beautiful. But certain breeds are not always predictable. I mean, no dog is 100% predictable, and we all know that. But see, the difference of some breeds, when they get angry and attack, they don't let go. These are power breeds. And again, I'm not against the dog. I'm against what a dog that's not disciplined can do to another dog or person. And so I reported it. And then I did get a call. I did get a call back. And the only thing they did was, okay, I'll email you what the law says, about dogs off leash. And basically it's saying that an owner willingly or unwillingly is not to have a dog off leash that is wild and that could hurt somebody. So how's that going to help me? It's not that a dog is running around wild. It's that these power dogs are off leash and can become wild. And who's going to enforce it? There's no enforcement. Just like with Peggy Hall in Orange County, California, there is no enforcement of the law. There are laws in place, and it's not being adhered to. It's not being enforced. People are committing acts of violence against, like the lady that attacked me about a year and a half ago. Act of violence, and not arrested. It's very, very, it's very discouraging. I want to be able to go to the park in peace. Now, I love dogs. I have 3 little ones, and they're always on a leash. And people lose dogs. And there was a story. I bumped into this person last week, and I was telling her about my concern about the dogs off leash and how fearful I am of this particular breed. Then she said, my dog was attacked by that same breed. Yeah, she understood. Yeah. It's very frightening. So it's like the wild, wild west. But what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so what all this seems to have in common, whether the Tate brothers being arrested, dogs off leash, but there's no enforcement when they're off leash in areas in the park that they're not supposed to. Whether you live in Orange County, California, with regard to the pandemic, the past 3 years, and about the so-called state of emergency, and they're exploiting it, and they're postponing the court hearing. They all are not adhering and enforcing the law. There is lawlessness in this country. There is lawlessness. People are desperate for money now. They're doing these things, bombarded by videos when you watch, commercials when you're watching your favorite YouTube videos. And they're all pretty much saying the same thing. The same thing. And it's like, it looks like a pyramid scheme. Please, people, don't fall for it. Yeah, you're going to see this, the common theme. Now, if they really were concerned about, you making money, 10 grand a month, wouldn't they just share the video? Just share the information. But it's not about that. It's not about sharing information of, people who are desperate. It's desperate times. But they're not freely giving the information. And all that said, well, you could partner with us. Because how many people have these technical skills or the equipment to do this? But they say, we'll do it for you. Just pay us for the. If people, if you don't have a job for you to cough up for $4,000, I think it's robbery. It's absolute robbery. But nothing about money in general. And what also got me thinking when I was watching the Andrew Tate video, and I said this before, this monetary system was, in my opinion, it's an unnatural system. The monetary system is unnatural. It's not a natural system. It is a system that was hijacked into this domain, this realm, I should say. And they want it to become more and more real. Now, what occupation presents itself as fantasy? Hollywood. It is a fantasy industry. It is an industry that could change your reality. It could create a false reality. And that's why they pay them so much. These are like they call them stars, right? Movie stars. And that you will worship the stars, right? And they promise these stars large sums of money, but money's not real. It's a piece of paper, right? Or sometimes they used to use coins. The coins were real, whether it was gold or silver, copper. Now they're removing coinage and make this paper money. But if you make paper money, you're called a counterfeiter and you are thrown in prison. So they allow certain people to create this fake money, and then they create a system called Hollywood, that you sit and stare at a silver screen, and silver is a conductor, a very good conductor of electricity. It's one of the top. Not even gold. Silver is a higher currency ability than gold. And then you look at this silver screen and it's absorbing your energy and it's making you dependent. And the trend having people stay at home. Sorry, I'm losing. I see that my energy on my tablet is running low, so I have to go off quick. But yeah, I'm starting to see the correlation. Yeah, it's a fake world. And they're making people dependent on this new way of making money on a computer. And that's what they want you to do, be stuck on a computer, uh, putting up commercials promising people that you can make money off of your computer and you become dependent. They don't want us next to each other. They don't want us in an office anymore because it's too expensive. You have to rent an office space that costs money. You have to get the cleaners, so they keep you at home. But soon they're going to have you permanently connected to a computer, and that's what I see. They want you in a fake world, and they want to create a fake system, the monetary system, and make it digital, a digital money that you have to be continuously connected to some type of device. Hello, smartphones, people. They want you forever tethered to your smartphone, some type of device, 24/7, tracking you. Anything you do now, oh, where's your phone? Oh, well, I don't have a phone. Oh, you have to make a point. You have to be on this. You know what I'm saying? This is the setup. This is the setup. They want you permanently tethered and believe in this false money. This false money, this was introduced money, this type of money. It's not real. None of you ever seen an animal transfer money to one another. You don't see it. So how is it that you, human beings, have implemented such a false reality that you need money to live? No animal, the animals were here before us. None of these animals require money to live. Why is it that you require money to live? Why did they create a thing called Hollywood that promise you these false monies that they can create with paper, false paper? They can manufacture money. And then if you try to manufacture, you are thrown in jail. And that if you don't have enough money, they can kick out of your home. You can have your house paid. Oh, you got taxes. See that? This is a slave system. And it was created through increments, increments of time and prestiges. And we're slowly giving away our sovereignty. Don't give up your sovereignty, people. This is all a falsity. And they're desperate now. And they're getting cornered. People are waking up. Wake up, people. Yeah, I also saw a video about, about the signs of the time, and that do your magic. Do your candle magic, some were saying, to bring you back the power. Return back your power. They're even trying to attack you in your sleep with these low energy frequencies. Some call them succubus, incubus, and the like, these gray, low energy spirits. And they're so weak that they attack you during your most vulnerable time, your sleep life. And they're attacking you. And they are acquiring your energy through intimate contact. Let me just word it like that. Intimate contact that is not consensual. Another form of robbing your energy. Take back your energy, people. Take it back. Talk words of positive affirmations and to work your magic for you. Yeah, That's what this person basically was saying. And I think, hey, I want to do something like that. Get a candle and write on that candle that to take back your power. Take back your power. It's a symbol to, you have something bad happening to you, to write on a piece of paper or something like that, they suggested. And write that we destroy all negative energies, all negative influences, etc., etc., and that I take back my power. I take all of it back, etc. These positive affirmations to bring back to yourself, to bring back wellness, to bring back sanity of mind, etc. You get the gist of what I'm saying. And to destroy your enemies symbolically with this candle magic, writing things on paper and then burning the paper when it's safe to do so in the privacy of your own home with protocols, making sure all safety uh, is at play. Never leave a candle unattended, never do that, things like that. Yeah, I think I want to do that again because it's a time of getting refocused. See the system is desperate, and they're getting desperate people out there, desperate people who want to run for office. They're desperate. And so they're lashing out at you. They're lashing out. They're getting these people out on the street to do their evil bidding. But people, take back your power, take back your sanity, take back your family, take back your loved ones, take back your pooches. Yeah, it's affecting everything, even where you go to get your dog, your veterinarian. I never heard of this. Can't get a dog. Can't get my vet. This is really weird. Yeah, this system is desperate. These are desperate times for you to fight back. Do not go and hurt anybody. Do no harm to anybody. Do not hurt anybody, but to protect yourself. Protect what is yours. Protect your family. Protect your loved ones. It is your right for peace, love, and harmony and wellness onto you. Take back what is rightfully yours. Okay? I thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, you could support me by PayPaling me. To do so, go to my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the top right of the banner, you'll see my PayPal me link. Click on the link and follow the prompt. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you in advance. I thank you. Yes, love your loved ones. Stay safe. Eat well. And yes, pray over your food before you eat. And in all things, just give thanks to all things, right? The goodness in life. Thank you again for listening. Peace, love, and harmony be unto you. Take care. Bye-bye.